Hi, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Um, Thank you very much for the introduction. Once again, my name is Andrea Cameron Cole. I am the head of sales and business development for Mixta Africa, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here today. I'm quite delighted. I think I first would like to just introduce you to the organization for those of you who are not already aware of what we do at Mixta Africa. Like she mentioned, we are a subsidiary of ARM, Asset Resource and Management. We've been in existence for well over 2 decades now, pardon me. And as a real estate organization, we have successfully built and delivered over 16,500 units, both residential and commercial, within Nigeria and outside of Nigeria in total. In Lagos, Nigeria, we have a land bank of approximately 1,600 hectares, which is seated on Lekki-Ekpe Expressway. And for context, that will be about 2 times the size of Victoria Island. We're Pan-African. We're Pan-African. We have presence in, we're functional rather in 5 African countries. We're in Cote d'Ivoire, we are in Morocco, we're in Nigeria, we're in Ivory Coast, and we have presence in 5 other African countries, with presence in other places like Egypt, Mauritania, and co. Now, I think it's very important to run you through what our business focus is at Mixta Africa. Business focus at Mixta Africa is the development of large-scale real estate products, infrastructure, and hospitality within and outside of Nigeria, in Africa in total, right? And what we do really is to engage in the sale and development of units, both built and, plots within Lagos, Nigeria, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and also outside of Nigeria and some of the African countries where I have earlier mentioned. And as a real estate organization, I would say that we pride ourselves more with our ability to deliver solid infrastructure that brings about building communities, right? And we would also say that as far as infrastructure is concerned, we've been able to partner with the government and some notable companies when it has to do with infrastructure. If you're also familiar with the toll gates, that's the Lekki-Ekpe Expressway. Those 2 toll gates on that axis were both constructed by Mixta Africa. Now, in terms of hospitality, like I mentioned earlier, for the hospitality department, I would say that we have been able to do quite a number of development as far as hospitality is concerned. We built and delivered the Sofitel Moore House. We built and delivered the 4 Point by Sheraton, and then our prestigious Lakoi Lakes Golf and Country Estate, which I will be talking about today. Now, for the purpose of this presentation, I'm only going to be speaking to some of the products that we have available and how I think that you can key into this project, and also some of the steps I think you need to take when it comes to, keying into real estate, as I believe that a lot of people are interested in real estate, but the fear is always around who to partner with, who to speak to, fear of not wanting to be scammed, which is valid. Now, within our portfolio, I would say that we have different categories of products. We have from luxury, we have the affordable, we have the mid-level, we have also the luxury, and then we have the commercial, side of the business. And I would say that within each of the categories that I have mentioned, there's always a place for anyone who is looking to build or buy into any of these products. Also, I mentioned that our land bank is on Lagos Lekki-Ekpe Expressway, and we have about 1,600 hectares of land bank, right? Now, within that 1,600 hectares of land bank, we're building communities within this entire area. And what that means is that we're creating and carving out different real estate development within that area. And we've done quite a number of work within that area. And for some of you who are very familiar with real estate in Nigeria, you would agree with me that Lekki-Ekpe Expressway is one of the fastest growing axes in West Africa. And upon conclusion of our own area, that's the Mixta Land Bank, we believe that that area is well capable to cater to over 200,000 people. Yes, you heard me right. And we're not just looking to, build estates up for people to buy into. So what we do is more of building communities, creating estate for people to live in, and then creating other things that people can do within the area. So that speaks to the commercial aspects of the business, where people can actually consider having their businesses around the Lagos, the Lekki Epe Expressway area, where Mixer, the Lagos New Town is what we call it, where you can have your business. Essentially, is a place where you can walk, live, and play. Right. So for the purpose of this presentation, I think I will just be speaking to just a few products, right, and how you can quickly get on the ladder for those who are looking to, I believe everyone is looking to key into real estate. So I'd say that our flagship product, Lakwe Lakes Golf and Country Estate, is seated on 308 hectares of land bank within the area that I have mentioned earlier. And the 308 hectares consists of both the housing developments, plots, and also we have the standard 18-hole championship golf course, world-class golf course. Yeah, and then you have houses spread around the golf estates, and also we have about 14 lakes spread across the estate. I'll speak about why we have that much lake because I get a lot of questions around why we have so much lakes, right? So we have different developments even within Lakwe Lakes Golf and Country Estate, which is considered one of Africa's best kept secret. Now in that area we have different houses, apartments, plots, houses overlooking the lake, houses overlooking the green area. Like I always tell people, there's a product for everyone. You do not necessarily have to buy into the very luxurious ones. You can always start from somewhere. But there are also some people who have started from somewhere and have gotten to the level where they can now, key into a place like Lakwe Lakes Golf and Country Estate. So for this presentation, I'll talk about the Lakwe Heights. Lakwe Heights is a product, the first of its kind within the estate. And the reason I called it first of its kind is the fact that it is sitting on 10 floors. So you have ground and ground plus 9 floor. The whole idea around the Lakwe Heights is just for you to have an overview of Lakwe Lakes Golf and Country Estate in its glory. You can practically see about half of the entire estate when you sit on, I think, from the 7th floor or from the 6th floor, upwards. So that product, for example, is very suitable for investment, suitable for you to buy as a place where you want to live. There are a lot of people who already have big houses within Lagos and are looking for a place, a getaway home. So that is considered as a very good investment opportunity. Now, investment for me is investment, whether you're buying it for your own personal use or you're buying it to make money for you on the go, right? Because at the end of the day, the value of the property continues to increase. So in that particular section of the estates, we have 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartments, and we also have studio style houses. Then I will also talk us through the Cove section. The Cove section is seated on about 3 hectares of land space within Lakwe Lakes Golf and Country Estate, and I would say that this is one of the products that is in high demand, and that's because people know that there's a lot to be done with a project like that. So you can buy into a project like that, for example, and put it on the short-let market. That's the mixer pool, where you don't have to worry about the maintenance and whatever work that needs to be done around the particular product. Mixer is there to manage that particular product for you. Now, I think it's important to mention what Lakwe Lakes is all about. I feel a lot of people see it as a tourist destination. Well, rightly so, but it's also a residential estate that has a membership golf club within it. Nothing of that kind yet. At least I can speak for Lagos, Nigeria. And the whole idea behind Lakwe Lakes is for you to be able to do some of the things that you cannot do within where I call the old Lagos. The old Lagos. You're able to do that within Lakwe Lakes Golf and Country Estate. Speaking to the next product that I would like to talk about will be the plot section. I know a lot of people, as much as they know that their investments, their properties, built-up properties that they can buy into, there are also those who would always tilt toward buying into the plot section. So within that section, we have plots ranging from 500 square meters to 1,800 square meters. And, you have different home types that you can choose from within our portfolio. And if you choose to bring in your own design, you're also open to it, but we would have to vet that. Now, within the plot section, there are about 3 views. You have the lake view, you have the fairway view, and then you have the garden view. And within that area, you can choose whatever it is that you want to build. And I would say that in terms of return on investment, which is what everybody wants to look out for when you're buying into real estate, the rate at which Lakowe Lakes, the value of those properties within that estate appreciates is usually very high, or sometimes even almost unbelievable, right? But that's a product that, people who are looking to buy into real estate and are considering luxury, can always look out for when it comes to buying into this product. Like I said, if you've been wondering why we feel the need to have 14 lakes spread across the estate, I spoke about our how big we are on infrastructure. The whole idea around that is for it's not just to beautify the estate, so to say. So the whole idea is for water to be able to find its way back into the lake, into all of the lakes when it rains. And this is due to the topography of the Gulf estate, right? I think without wasting so much of your time on that, I would want to also talk about some of the mid-entry to other products that we have, within within that Lagos Newtown area that I had earlier spoken about. So you have, for example, Marula Park. You have Beachwood Park. Marula Park, for example, is situated at about 11 hectares. I'll consider that an affordable housing opportunity for people who are looking to buy into real estate products, right? We have 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom apartment within the area, and the products are meant to be delivered as finished. If you're wondering why I'm taking you through all of this journey of the products that we have available, I'll bring you to that very quickly before the end of the presentation. We also have the plot section outside of Marula, which is the Elms Gardens that we have just released for sale. Now that caters to maybe first time investors, people who are just buying homes or buying plots for the first time. That's same with Marula Park. So you're looking for a place where you want to, start building your real estate portfolio from. So you want to consider places like that, because whether you like it or not, the areas where we live today were once like the Lekki Epe Expressway, back then before they became what they are today, right? And again, that Elms Estate, like I mentioned, Elms Garden caters to different categories of people. It's a place where maybe if you find a cooperative who is looking to buy for their staff, that's a very good investment opportunity for you. If you're looking for, maybe you're an investment group and you're looking for an investment opportunity to key into, that's also something you want to consider. And if you're looking for a joint purchase with friends and family members, is also something that you would want to, think about. And one of the newest things that we have been experiencing lately in the real estate sector is that we find that a lot of young people now come together, collaborate to buy products, because everyone is now starting to understand the need to, want to get on the property ladder. Why would you want to consider buying into the Lekki Epe Expressway? I know a lot of people have overflogged that, but is our reality. That entire area is growing, like I mentioned, and you have rapid urbanization within Lagos. You have people moving from one side of the country to Lagos because there are a lot of opportunities in Lagos, and then you have a lot of commercial institutions also around that area, which also speaks to the kind of value that you can get from buying into a place like that. Why should you even buy into any of Mixta's products? You have to think about companies that have track record. You have to consider that we've been in business for such a long time. I mentioned well over 2 decades as of today. And also, I know that what we said we wanted to talk about is how to, make the money, how to grow your investment and all. So I spoke through all of this project because I wanted to narrow it down to why I think is important for every young person, in fact, old and young, to actually consider real estate, because this is one of the biggest, should I say, one of the biggest industry in Nigeria or in the world today, because you would agree with me that everyone talks about how rapidly people can generate great return on investment when they key into real estate. Now, for me, I say that no real estate investment is a bad investment. Yes, agreed. But also there's a need for you as an individual to be able to tell the difference between somebody who is selling a genuine, or somebody who is offering you a genuine product, and somebody who may just be, who you may encounter an issue with somewhere along the line. And once you've been able to identify that this company has a track record. This company can actually cater to this need of mine. I think you can decide that, okay, this is where to go. And the advice I always give as a real estate advisor is I tell people, you don't have to follow the trend. It's okay to buy in Ikoyi, Lekki, if you can afford it. And it's okay to buy in places like Ikeja and all, if you can afford it. But as you grow in this, as you grow in or try to evolve in becoming a real estate enthusiast, you have to think about how to actually grow your portfolio. And how do you do that? You have to find places that are developing very fast. There's a difference between the kind of value that you generate from buying a place in Lekki Expressway, for example, or I don't want to use Ikoyi, let's say Aja down, for example, and what the kind of value return you get on places like Ikorodu. I don't mean to talk any area down, but I'm just saying they don't go, they are not on the same level. Yes, you make something on one, but you also make even more on the other. So what I'm trying to say about that is that you need to find a place that you can help you grow your portfolio, and you don't have to think about what the trend is saying. If the trend is positive, yes, go for it. Look for real estate investment opportunities that you can key into. And one of the ways that I think that you can grow your bag is you can decide to collaborate with friends and family members and decide on how you can actually start to build your real estate portfolio until you get to such a time or a place in your life where you can now stand on your own and own a property on your own. There's no shame in sharing. And I would say that I also hear a lot of people say to me during the course of my conversations with some of them about how they would rather wait for development to get to a certain area before they can buy. I'm going to use this as should I say, a case in point. When VGC, when there was a rave around VGC and people were talking about VGC, I remember very clearly at that time when someone very close to us, my dad actually, wanted to buy into that. He was called to buy into that product. And then he came and he saw it. He was so furious that you brought me all the way from the north to see buy a land that is waterlogged or something around that nature. And it took him time. And I tell you for free today, I don't think the man can't afford to buy it now. And that means that he has lost out on an opportunity, right? So as somebody who is looking to climb on the property ladder, just look out for places that would help you grow, your portfolio. And you can start very little. You can get a company that allows you to pay over time. There's no rush, take your time, but just make sure that you get a piece of every area that is growing. For some people, I think I'll leave you with this. For a lot of people, the ability to buy into real estate is not for a lack of the ability to buy into. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's in you making up your mind. You already know what comes in for you every year. You already know what you get every month, and you get to decide on your own that this is a product that can fit into my earnings, what I get every month or annually, and then you decide to make that, plan for yourself and, start to work on it. All you need to do is to key into it first, and then the remaining becomes history. And I think, again, that's where Mixta, I think I said, comes in again. And that's what I mean by that is that we at Mixta Africa, we give people several opportunities. If you want luxury, that opportunity is there for you. If you want the low-hanging fruit, I like to call them, there's also that opportunity for you. So because we believe that real estate is for everyone, not just for some people, but everyone can key into this and everyone can, get a piece of real estate anywhere in the world. I think I'll leave you with that. You can always look out for opportunities. And I know you would have questions because I didn't talk about all the products that we have available at Mixta Africa, but you can check us online. Where for those of you on Instagram, you can actually check our Instagram handle. It's simply at Mixta Africa. If you want to go to our website, you can go to www.mixedafrica.com. And you can personally reach out to me also if you have questions. Go through any of these channels. You can ask for Andrea, or you can check my Instagram and handle, Cameron Cool Andrea. That's just my Instagram handle. So I look forward to each and every one of you really benefiting from this great real real estate investment opportunity. No real estate investment opportunity is a bad investment. Please stay with that. Thank you.